educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the
Now you are on the Farm Matters, where you need to get the knowledge, the skill, and the technical advice. I'm your Isa Luigale Bachibinga, a veterinary officer by profession, but still a researcher of the plant medicine which can be vaccinated or which can treat the birds and the animals. We started before with the rabbits. Now we thought it wise that if we are to be going into chicken or poultry, what breed should we go into? Who is viewing? We finished the poultry, and now we are in the goat project or goat enterprise. We have two types. We have the local breed and the exotic breed. But still, some people keep on talking. The local breed doesn't grow. It depends on how you feed them and manage them. But since we are in an advanced society, we have to go into the exotic. We have three types of goat breeds. We have the South African breed, normally known as the Boer. We have the Savannah breed and the Mubende breed. All these breeds are good, but the characteristics, the way how they look, it is what matters, because they bear 2 to 4. Now you can ask yourself, if you have the capacity of buying 2 goats, the he goats, and the she goats and 1 he goat, in a year you should be having over 8. And if you start with the 2 and it bears 3, meaning the 2 will have 6. We raise them. If we pray very hard that these 6, we have 4 of them, the female, and they also produces 3. We started with the 2, we got 6. Then from the 6, we got 4. Then the 4, each one bears 3. That's 12. So in a period of 1 year, you must be having over 20 goats. And 1 goat is not less than 300,000. If you come here, and we are planning, if all goes well, whoever is viewing, this goes to the political leaders. If you would desire to help your community or the people you are representing to learn how to manage these enterprises, do one thing. It is just a call away. We make an appointment, we come and train the farmers on the grassroots. Because our broad objective is to see how we can fight poverty or to promote household income through agriculture. When I talk of agriculture, I'm talking about crop husbandry or crop production. Then if we talk of livestock, it's where we have the goats, we have the sheep, and the cows. On the other side, being the producer, being a Muslim, I rarely talk about it, but it is piggery. Now, what would you desire to go into? Being a Muslim, go into poultry and goat enterprise. How do we feed them? We feed them in two means of feeding. We feed them using the grass. If not that, we feed them using the mixed feeds, whereby we give them the maize bran or the broken maize mixed with concentrates or ingredients. Now, before going to or into any enterprise you would desire, one, have interest in what you are going to do. Because if you go into an enterprise when you don't have interest in them, you are going to fail. Two, decide what enterprise are you going into. Three, seek knowledge, seek information, seek the skill and technical advice. This is very important, because as we are in the goat enterprise, one, you should know what type of breed are you going into. Two, the source of that breed or enterprise, where you are going to get it from. Three, the structure where these enterprises are going to stay. Four, you need to have somebody who is committed to take care of them, because you may have the good breed or enterprise, but the attendant there, when he's not doing what you are supposed to expect him to be doing. And these workers at the farm, one, have to be motivated. Two, never take your work at the farm or at any business as a slave. That's the biggest disadvantage you people have. You take them to be slaves. They are part of that family. They are part of that farm. Because don't eliminate them or don't isolate them as being their slaves. Four, you should know the diseases, their signs and symptoms, because this is very crucial. Some people go into such enterprises when they don't know even a single symptom of any disease of what they are going into. These animals, they have the common diseases. One, we have what we call the anthrax. Anthrax disease, its symptom is the bleeding. When I talk of bleeding, it is the coming out of blood from their nose. It is vaccinatable and it is treatable. Two, we have the black quarters. The black quarters, this is where you see that these animals have wounds on their skin. It is treatable and it can be vaccinated. There is one thing as a farmer. The biggest challenge we have is the veterinary officers at the sub-counties or at the district, whom we pay from our revenue collection. They are not supportive to the farmers. You see, I'm always very proud of myself. These conversations are honestly uncomfortable to some of the viewers who were in the same sector, because some farmers have abandoned going into such a project because they have no knowledge, they have no technical skill, in that they needed to be assisted. Three, there is what we call brucella. This disease, it affects in all livestock, whereby they fail to conceive, they bear dead animals. That's brucella. But in Entebbe there, the vaccine is there. But who is viewing have access to that medicine for vaccinating their animals. 2, even the medicine themselves are so expensive. That's why we came out with a solution to make a research on the plant medicine or the plants to make our own medicine for vaccinating and treating our projects. And these animals you are viewing, we treat them using herbal medicine, which we make ourselves. So what I could appeal to the government is to support us who come out to share the knowledge and what we are doing. Because the work we are doing on behalf of the government. If it happens that we are to fight poverty, we started with the poverty alleviation. We went to nuts. We went to Operation Wealth Creation. We went to a Myoga. Now we are at parish development models. Who is viewing? What enterprise would you desire to be funded to? Is it rabbitry? Is it chicken? Is it goat? Or piggery? But our advice is don't go into any enterprise without seeking the knowledge. 2, make sure you make research and acquire knowledge and skill. You will not fail. You start with the 2. By the end of 1 year, you will be having over 20. Start from where you are with the time you develop. 1 goat, the younger one, is at 300,000. Now what if you have 10? You started with the 2. You have 6. At a period of 8 months, you will be having, in a year, you will be having over 20. That's good money. So our community need to be trained, need to be sensitized, whereby these trainings have to be made at the farm and view, witness what we are talking. Is it possible? It is not possible. Because constructing this house here, apart from the iron sheets, it is just off-cuts. Even you can afford. Such that your goats, where they stay, it is very clean. They eat feeds, then come back. We feed them in 2 ways, using grass and the mixed feed. These goats always, at the time, they have flu. And honestly, it is treatable. They have what we call the coccidiosis. Coccidiosis, this is a brown dropping. It is treatable. And the cause of that, it is due to taking contaminated water or feeds. You will expect that. There is what we call the goat pox. The goat pox, they have wounds on their skin. The skin rash, it is preventable and it is treatable. But all in all, as a farm or as a veterinary officer, we treat them using plant medicine. Reason is being, if it fails to cure the time we wanted it to be cured, once you slaughter it, it will have no side effect, unlike the chemical medicine. Because once you treat it and it fails to cure and you slaughter it, within a period of 10 years, you will be having cancer. Our viewers of Farm Matters, it is me and you to support each other. 1, in what we know and what we are doing. 2, how to sustain this project. 3, to seek for knowledge. 4, and the site or the source of where you are going to get what you want. Feeding, it is easily done. People say that these goats don't take water. That's a lie. Try them. If you find that they are not taking water, get a quarter kilo of sugar, add 6 tablespoons of salt in 20 liters of water. Start giving them. They will start slowly by slowly. With the time you can add the pineapple juice or the orange juice into that water. One, they will be getting what we call vitamins. Add the garlic, fresh one, pounded, add into that water. That's an antibiotic for treating any disease which can affect us. So with the time, what we need to do is to help the farmer who is viewing now. It is me and you to see that we can fight poverty and unemployment in Uganda. I'm Rwigara Bakibinga, a deserted medical clinic officer who is a veterinary officer. What are the advantages of going into goat project? 1, for meat. 2, for cash. 3, we get milk for our family. 4, we get the fertilizers for the crops or plants. Now, what do you need? Is to know how to construct these houses such that the droppings are not just wasted. Collect them. If it is urine, honestly, urine itself, it is a pesticide to the crops. You can use that for spraying on our crops, which are affected by insects. Now the droppings themselves, once you collect them when they are clean, dry them thoroughly, fry them like frying marua, mix them in the maize bran. They are the feeds for piggery and chicken. Don't ask me how, because Farm Matters, it is just to inspire you, to equip you with the knowledge and the skill, because it does not make sense to be knowing what we are doing and we don't share that. No. Now it is up to you to know what stage would you desire to buy. You can buy that one of at least 3 months. At least 3 months. Don't buy that one which is still sucking milk. It will disturb you. Buy that one which has stopped sucking. I remind you, we have 2 types. We have the local and the exotic. And of the exotic, we have the South Africa, known as Boa. We have the Mubende, and we have the Savannah. These ones, their production, it is good. But how do you feed them? It is very important, by the way, because you may think that I have bought a goat from Isa's farm and you don't feed it the way how we are feeding them. It will not work and start lamenting. Nagenda wafu, that's madness. Feed them the way we feed them. And by the way, everything you get at our farm here, we first train you how to manage them. 2, we visit you at your farm and give you advice there. Except that if you want us to visit your farm, you provide the transport. And if you feel like coming to visit our farm here, it is not free of charge, because you may come with the disease from your home there. We need to disinfect you, and the time we stay with you here, you will go back when you are well equipped with the knowledge, skill, and technical advice. So the viewers of Farm Matters, I always remind you, I'm Rwiga Leisa Bachibinga, a veterinary officer by profession, who came out to see how we share what we are doing. And the birds, the animals you are seeing, we made research on the plant medicine to avoid the cancer disease to human being, because you find that people are complaining about the substandard medicine. This is the National Drug Authority came out and discovered that. But for us who are using the plant medicine, we have no side effect with that, even to the animals and the human being. Now, who is viewing? What do you want in goat project? For us here, one, we get milk. Two, we get the fertilizers from the droppings. Three, we get the crops medicine from urine. Finally, the importance of these goats here, it can be slaughtered. We normally like, even you like the muchoma. There is no any type of meat you would desire to eat like a goat meat, like it or not. If it comes to market for goats, we cannot sustain that demand for goats project or meat within the country here. Even here at the village here, we cannot sustain the demand. So if you go into the goats project, one, they don't easily get sick if they are properly managed and fed. Two, it bears 2 to 4 young goats. Finally, it is easily fed, because whatever you are viewing, it is done from the bottom of our heart. We like them. Even the shelter itself here, it is not stinking, it is healthy, it has enough air, it has enough light. Don't expect these goats to get sick. So feed them the way how they are fed. Two, water must be there 24/7. Don't allow them to starve. But in case if you would desire to ask somebody, Isa, my consultation is always free of charge, because you decided of all TV media houses to see that UBC TV is your source of knowledge, source of information and skill. My consultation is totally free of charge. Just to ask me what you want. If it means advising you on how to feed them, if it means telling you what type of disease is affecting your animals, if it comes to treating them, it is just a call away, because we don't charge anyone. What we need to do is to help whoever wants to come into this project. We are volunteers. We are not government employees. The objective of Farm Matters is to share what we are doing with you viewing. If you get inspired, it is just a call away. Yes, I saw you on the goats. How do I feed them? Now I have seen such a symptom. What disease is that? I will tell you the disease, the cause, and how to treat it, either chemically or using plant medicine. Living agriculture, we need to show that Farm Matters, it is where you need to get what you need to get, because it is me and you who is viewing, such that we can fight poverty through the enterprises which we have. You don't need to go abroad kucheyo. You stay there for 2 years or 3. By the time you stay abroad, you will come back for that one who started with only 2 goats. You will be having over 300. So viewers, get in touch with us such that we help each other. We like our country, and this country is ours. And the government itself, it is me and you who make the government to be the government. Let's fight poverty. Goats are here. We have them. So it depends on you. How much do you have to come and buy? And we shall sell the one you want. But make sure if you have to come, don't come with an amount less than 300,000. Toja. It starts from 300,000 to 700,000, depending on the breed you want or the size. We are here to be the people whom can be inspired from. Start with the little you have, such that with the time we minimize or reduce unemployment. Unemployment is the major crisis in the whole world, but still you yourself start from where you are viewing from. Start with 2, a she goat and a he goat. But these animals should not be related, brothers and sisters. Once you bring or you buy the related ones, what we call the inbreeding, the produced one will die in a period of just 1 month, and you start complaining. So if you are to be going into this one, make sure we buy the mature one. So thank you for watching Farm Matters. Rwigale Isaba Chivinga. My name's a veterinary officer by profession. In all consultation, I told you it is free of charge. If you desire to visit the farm, you just come to our office. We talk from there. Once you come to office, we don't charge, because when you come, we share you with the knowledge, with the skill from everything you need. If it comes to rabbitry, if it comes to poultry, if it comes to livestock, the knowledge is shared free of charge. I'm Rwigale Isaba Chivinga. Everything we shall talk it over. If it requires the contact number or what you are seeing, it is just a call away. Thank you for viewing.